Let's talk about it. We got lots to say. Let's talk about it. Come on in. Let's talk about it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gays and theys. Welcome to Lez Talk About It today, where we just talk about it, really. I am your co-host today, Cody McLain, and the beautiful, fabulous Dawn of the Lesbian Mafia. To my right is Misti Gaither, your host this evening. Misti, take it away.
All right, thank you, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk About It. And I am so excited, like I say, every friggin' week, because it's just like, I am blessed to have such wonderful friends and people in my life that I can ask to be on the show and that are interesting. And,
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
I'm interesting?
Yes, you are.
Well, shucks.
Look at you, interesting and stuff.
I always thought I had it in me.
Well, you did. You're doing good, and I appreciate you co-hosting with me tonight. And
Of course.
tonight we're going to have Rodney Thoulion, who has started a new business called Praline Dreams. But just looking at his logo,
Very elegant.
I know it makes me want to put my pinky up when I eat the praline.
Well, so I work in hotels, right? Hospitality industry guru here. Kidding. Not at all. But the first thing I thought was those pralines and the different items that he sells could 100% go for the hotel for guest satisfiers, guest satisfaction situations, and that's the first thing I thought. So
like
I
when they
started
turn
promoting
down
it.
they turn down the sheet or the covers
Not
and have it like
necessarily.
on the pillow, like they have the mints.
Well, I mean, no.
Okay.
But what I mean is like, gift baskets, VIPs.
Okay, got you.
Things like that.
Well, I didn't know if you were just gonna like put them in the damn refrigerator, the bar,
God,
and like
no.
sell them for $25 each.
Look, I am the money man there.
Okay.
I'm starting to charge for package holding, okay? So
All right.
don't give me any ideas.
And don't call him for Santa duty either,
No.
because he will charge you and your family per gift. And we also have Alex Melo with us, and she is the founder and creator of Just Inspire Others Foundation, which is a nonprofit. It's in Florida, and it is happening. And I mean, not only that, we're talking like 144 million or more views on TikTok. Is that right, Alex? How you doing? All the way from Florida. You flew in. Are your arms tired? No.
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me on your show. It's an honor to be with you guys, and I'm looking forward to this interview. And like I said, I want to say thank you on behalf of myself and my team. Yes, well, I am. Let me give you a little bit about those numbers on TikTok. I am right now on the top 1% effect creator in the world. So people that use TikTok, if you ever use an effect like the age filters and stuff like that, I create the effects for TikTok. One of them, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit about those numbers on TikTok. So it's a growing trend, and it'll be fun. So
Well, yeah, I mean, you're just not on TikTok though, but I mean, you got it going on Google. I mean, like you're in the top 5% of food critic in photography. Is that correct?
yeah, well, let me give you a little bit of stats about
We're
this.
gonna have stats tonight, y'all.
We're gonna have stats. All right,
Stat it up.
I'm a
Stat.
I'm a gold medalist, national gold medalist photographer. There's only several of ours that have this medal, this prestige medal in photography. That was obtained in 2012. I've traveled all over the world doing photography and art. And I always donated art and pieces to a lot of people, a lot of foundation, a lot of nonprofits. And then I always find myself missing something. I'm always part of the art and the graphics. And as soon as augmented reality came out, AR, everybody's seen the Oculus came out and all this, but AR has been around for a while. And I always did my photography into a 3D level, started messing with it. I was like, you know what? Let me take it to the next level. So I started creating effects, augmented reality effects for Snapchat, for TikTok, for Instagram. So, and I was like, okay, this is great traction, my art, and I was doing great. But every time I went out somewhere, I was like, man, this is a good place to eat, man. This is awesome. I started doing reviews on Google. Well, one thing led to the other. I became the top 5% in the world for food critics. I get roughly between 4 to 5 million views there because of all my reviews on between combined Snapchat and Instagram. For my effects that most of you guys have used, I get roughly another 118 to 150 million around there. And on TikTok, when I launched I was one of the first creators that did one of the age effects. not the age effect, but I started creating something similar to it. And it was actually an Oriental old man, and I did a grumpy old lady and all that. And next thing you know, it blew up. And it's like the word viral doesn't even people cannot comprehend that when you see numbers going in the millions overnight. You're like, wow. And then I get to see the people that use my effects. I do have a TikTok effect profile. It's called A Melo Filters. You'll see me if you guys want to follow me, send me effect. I'll do that for you. But thanks to that, it's helping me get the nonprofit and everything get off the ground. So that's a little bit of my stats there. So
Well,
So Alex is the reason that we all had Snapchat dog faces. Okay, thank
well,
you.
yes, thank you for that.
Thank you.
yeah.
One of the reasons, rather. One of the reasons.
Yeah, I'll put this out there. Okay. Last week I was, Thanksgiving time. I was with my in-laws, right? And I'm gonna leave you guys a little bit of a good secret. I love doing pranks. Okay, I'm a prankster. So doing Thanksgiving, my family, my in-laws were sitting there, and then all of a sudden they showed me a picture of a dog's reverse end. Let's just put it that way. And they're like, "Hey, you need to make this as filter." I say, "Guess what? I will." And they didn't think about it. They thought I was just messing with it. So my filter called reverse is actually a a
Say it.
dog's reverse end. Yeah, the back
It's a
end
dog
of a
butt.
Doc-
you go. Yeah,
A dog
but
butt.
yeah, so people are walking around. There's over 400 users already of people using it within the last 24 hours of walking around with a dog butt on their faces. So yeah, that is the prank I did on that I'm running right now. So
That's
it's
pretty
kind of
funny.
awesome.
I love that because they thought they had one over on her, and she was like, "I got you.
I got you. Stand clear.
Stand by."
Right. So, what is your favorite effect that of all of the ones that you've done? What is one of your favorites?
Well, I had a young kid in a wheelchair,
Mm.
the age of 8, and it was his birthday. I was at a barbershop getting my hair cut, and I look over, he's wearing a little Spider-Man shirt. And he tells me, I say, "Hey," I saw him playing on TikTok. I say, "Hey, you do TikTok, he's doing effects on there." And I say, "Well, what do you want to be?" When they say, "I want to be like Spider-Man." So I made him but he told me his colors. It was like a purple and red and, totally different type of Spider-Man. So it's the same face as Spider-Man, but I made the colors like he did.
Oh,
And by the time he got done with his haircut, it already was live. This little kid, I swear, if he would have gotten off that wheelchair and walked around, he would have been like jumping up in joy for joy. So that was like the best filter that has touched my heart in a way.
mm,
But personally, I got over 300 filters right now, and every single one of them I created something different and something fun and funky and and all types of filters, from scary to sweet ones.
right. Wow, that's pretty cool, huh? Because you don't even think about who creates them, or
No.
like you don't really like the backstory. You're just okay. This is cute, and I like the one where they look and you see like somebody behind, and
Yeah.
they get scared and fight. And
They have a new viral one where it's Shrek kissing you.
I could do without that.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do it.
Okay,
We're
we'll do
gonna
it.
do
But
it during our break.
right. I was like, I could pass some.
I'm gonna have Brandon put it at like the end credits,
Yeah, of
like
us.
bloopers.
Oh, that's funny of Shrek.
Of Shrek making out with Misty.
So you just started. It hasn't been like a real long time, but you started this nonprofit called Just Inspire Others, and you have really like took off full steam ahead. Tell us about like what actually inspired you to start the foundation, and I know that you have a big toy drive coming up, and just kind of how people are getting involved and what y'all are doing. If you could talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, sure. The reason we started this foundation is, like I said earlier, being a photographer with the gold medal, I donated a lot of art. I raised probably over $300,000 in every year for different foundation nonprofits. And you know, and you talk about all types of nonprofits, from the little ones to all the big ones. And I sat back with my camera doing these events sometimes, and I looked around. And I'm just like, you know, looking how much they really went into. Talk about, I went to some of the nonprofits I gave money to were in the millions, making millions and millions a year. And when I looked outside, the CEOs of these nonprofits were driving a crazy expensive car,
Sure.
but then you see the people begging for at the doors. So I was like, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I still donate art. I still help people out when I can. but I wanted to do something different. I wanted to change, not be the nonprofit where if you get a donation, you sell it. No, and I wanted to make an impact in a way that you don't have to have money to inspire somebody. And I learned this. I have something called polycystic kidney disease. It is an incurable disease. And I learned when I was laying in bed, I was like, hey, it took a person to call me, hey, just to inspire me to get out of that bed sometimes when you have too much pain, or of somebody, when you a stranger, you pay it forward to somebody, So I was like, you know what? I talked to my wife, I talked to my little sister, and I said, listen, you guys, I want to do something different. Let's do it. They said, okay, let's do it. And we started the Just Inspire Others. And our thing is that it does not take anything to inspire somebody. A simple smile can change somebody's life for the day.
Right.
You know, and like I said, you don't have to have money, man. Just if you see somebody in line and she's counting pennies and you have an extra dollar, man, okay, fine, I'm gonna give you $1 to help that lady. And the way that's going on with the economy right now in society is so, so hard because there are people asking for help and they're not getting it at a state level, at a federal level, or at a global level. So our hope is with this foundation is we have a movement called Just Inspire Other Movement, where we're trying to get it on TikTok where people record a video. Today I'm gonna inspire somebody with my story. Or today I'm gonna inspire somebody by, saying, hey, you know what? We're gonna go to a shelter and stay anonymous. And the thing about social media, I love it and I hate it. I love it because it's making an impact, it's changing people's lives. And the Just Inspire Others, we have it then, we do not put the camera on people's faces. When people are down at their lowest, they do not need a camera in their face, man.
Right.
And social media are using it. There's some people out there that go out there and they say, okay, we're gonna take you to Disney for the day. But what happens to the rest of the days, man? Or you
Right.
give help, so instead of giving them a ticket to Disney, help them find a way of okay, how can we help you? How can we do this? And we do not sell any donations. Anything that comes in right now, we have 3 storage units full of stuff. And somebody says, Alex, I need clothes. It doesn't matter if at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, we will drive to a storage unit if we get in there and say, what do you need? And we'll take it to a person. The tour job we have coming up December the 9th, it is something different. There are nationwide organizations out there. They're not helping kids past the age of 13, or they're requiring families to be on some type of government program to receive assistance. We don't. We understand that right now somebody, a dad or mom, could lose their job, and they can't get assistance right away because it's taking 5 or 6 months to get assistance of food. And the people that are coming to us, man, we have over 200 kids right now registered right now, and
Wow.
65 families looking for toys. And the toys they're asking for? They're not asking for something fancy. Someone asking just for a pair of shoes for school, or someone asking for clothes to be warm in the winter. Someone asking for food. Simple little stuff like this. They're not asking for computers or laptops or gaming systems, and they're asking for simple stuff. So that's why we want to be different and help the community out. We have 3 chapters in Florida. We're servicing half the state of Florida, and we're growing hopefully to a nationwide level. So anything that comes in, it goes right back out. We do not keep anything. We put, especially everything's out of our pockets, everything right now, because we're still relying on grants and stuff like that that's still coming in. But everything right now, it's out of our pockets.
Well, I just think
That's
that's really admirable for you, and I know that your wife, helps you, and it's just, amazing how that, you took your talents and just, like
Yeah.
inspiring others, and that's what it's all
Oh
about.
yeah.
Now, your Troy Drive, is there like a link or anything where someone can donate to that?
Yeah, we have several things. We have actually an Amazon wish list. You do have some stuff because um one of the sponsors said, hey, we put some high end stuff and low end stuff. We have the smallest little Lego kits for $5. We do have a donation thing on there. So you could do a donation, or you could do or buy a gift via Amazon, or you go to a website which is justinspireothers.org. Like I said, if you cannot, if you can't buy nothing online, whatever, all we do ask is just inspire somebody, say a good message to somebody for the holidays. Go to what, nursing homes right now, there's a lot of family members in there that, the elderly. Make it, draw a piece of paper, a simple little note, print the 10 copies and take it to a nursing home, cheer somebody up. If you have somebody that's in the street, you see them all the time, don't be afraid to ask their stories. And there's a lot of misconceptions. We helping vets, elderly, kids, families, animals. We helping anybody and anything. Yeah, we are no matter who you are, no matter what your beliefs are, as long as you're not hurting somebody, we were there to help you out at all types of levels. And we have some good sponsors come through, and I'm very happy with them. They're helping us out. But it's just it's hard when it comes to a nonprofit. It's not easy. It's very hard behind the scenes.
I definitely understand that because I always say it's one of the most, I don't know if this is the correct verbiage, but it's like a thankless or just kind of a, I mean, you have to do it because you love it. You don't do it because of the pay. You don't do it because of the recognition or anything. If to do a nonprofit, you really do it because you love it and you really have such a concern and a care for other people. And I just really, when we're friends on Facebook and we met in person, and I'll be glad when you come back down this way, but excuse me, I'm just really honored to be your friend and just see the big strides that you're making with this organization, and it's really a good thing.
Yeah. Our goal is to hopefully by March have a warehousing unit. Is our main, have a big unit to do, distribution there for food or clothing, whatever. And inside on the outside outskirts of that building, we're looking at 5 acres of land. We're building some homes for veterans. We do come across a lot of veterans that are homeless,
Sure.
and I hear their stories all the time. And the one thing that people understand right now, they're saying, well, and I hate to put this out there, but let's say we have an elderly person, right? They finished the 40 quarters when they were young, they worked their lives, they're retired now. Well, they get an $800 check or $1,500 check max. There's a 10-year waiting list for any type of apartments, in southern cities, it's like Miami or some states, they're populated. So what happens is that the veterans, they got X amount of money a month between the medications and everything. They're choosing between, well, I live in the streets and I can afford my medications, or, that's plan A, or plan B, have a home, a roof over my head, and no medications. And we reach out to medical companies and, hey, how can we help these people out and all that? And even getting assistance from these companies and everything, they're still not getting 100%. Everybody says, oh, the VA gives them so much, but they also have to pay for their bills or co-pays and certain things that they cannot cover. Medical devices right now, they're not getting them wheelchairs. Wheelchairs are getting their 3 or 4 months waiting list. So we're trying to hopefully have housing for them, hopefully help everybody out at all levels. So we want to make sure that people that serve our country have somewhere to rest their heads at night. The elderly are taken care of. And of course, the kids and families, no matter, like I say, no matter who we are, we're going to try to help you guys out. So
when you do good things come back to you.
Oh, yeah.
And so I really, I just really think that that's cool. So I just love to be around positive people and just people that love doing things for others. And I mean, I just really enjoy that.
It inspires you.
It inspires me to inspire you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. How about that? So I don't know, you just one day you just might wake up and there Alex may be here in New Orleans starting a chapter here. I mean, we don't know.
Knows?
So what area in Florida are y'all?
Right now, here's the 3 chapters. The one in Tampa handles Tampa, Pinellas, and Pasco. So they got that coast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the opposite coast. I go from Orlando all the way down to West Palm. And then the Miami chapter goes from all the way from Homestead to West Palm. So we're carrying actually half of the state of Florida right now.
Wow.
Down, yeah.
Cool.
And then
The
we
best
have
part
people,
of the state.
yeah, the crazy part of the state,
So you were just in Florida not too long ago, right?
I'm always in Florida.
Yeah, doing the
I'm
Disney.
an Orlando freak.
You are a freak in Orlando.
I actually got an email on the LinkedIn of a headhunter wanting me to go down and take over a hotel near Miami in Cutler Bay.
Wrong answer.
I can live stream.
Wrong answer. Oh, so that's kind of cool.
I probably won't do it.
Oh, I was gonna say you could get hooked up with Alex here.
No, I make too much money.
Okay.
I make too much money here.
Oh, too much money here? Because I was like, oh, really? Okay.
I make too much money right here.
Too much money, like, hey.
Right. I was like, wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's talk just in closing, talk some about like your photography. The start, like Melissa Etheridge, I know that you did like a lot of photography for her. Is that correct?
I was a friend of mine. It was her birthday. and Melissa Esther was having a cruise, the first cruise, and I walk up on board. A lot of people know me. They're like, "Oh my god, you're here! Oh my god!" I'm like, "Okay, okay, okay." I was like, "Okay, you got your camera?" Yeah. Everybody's the first thing they ask me is when they see me is, "Do you have your camera?" I say, "Of course." That's like my second wife. So I was coming on board and I see they didn't have much of photographers. So I told the lady, one of the ladies in charge of the thing, "Hey, do you need a photographer? I'd be more than happy to." So yeah, sure. Her name was Ann. And she hooked me up with a press pass and I did photos and all that. Um then Melissa was like really like only feeds for me,
Oh wow.
and they didn't know who I was, and they didn't know who I was. I said, "Hey, I'm just a photographer," they didn't know who I was or what I did, but a lot of people did knew, and they're following me like little like, "Hey, check that out," So on board there was actually a nonprofit, and I was like, okay, and I talked to them, and I get very much involved with, like I said, I give a lot of people out. The one cool thing was Melissa Usher was actually practicing, and I had taken already like day 3, and she was in the stage just with herself and her guitar, just practicing. And I walked in, and I just say, "Miss Esther, it's such an honor to meet you," and I gave her a jump drive. I said, "Here's over 20,000 photos, unedited. Here you go," and I walked away, and that's it,
Twenty
because she was doing her thing,
thousand.
And I respect her.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I click a lot. I was like, this is Melissa Esther you're talking about, and that
Right.
time was Esther, Joan Jets. There was so many artists. I tell people this: if you've never done a music cruise, man, you gotta do one, man. The experience is different. So that was the first year. Then, I kept up with the nonprofit and all that. The next year I went again, but this time I donated art, because it was a cause near to my heart. It was a breast cancer. And some of my family members have had breast cancer. So you know what, I donated some art. Um, I don't remember the exact figures that we raised there with, that was a couple pieces, and I think I gave them 3 or 4 pieces. And this is something that affected everybody in the LGBTQ community. Pulse,
Yeah.
banana pulse. I was supposed to be there that night.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Wow.
I had the camera in hand. I had my outfit set up. I had put it on Facebook. I was gonna be out there, and I'm like, look, my kidneys started bothering me. I had a kidney stone in my. I said, you know what? I'm gonna cancel tonight. But I already put it on Facebook. I was gonna be out there. Had my camera ready. I was all excited. And 2 o'clock in the morning, and my phone starts going off like crazy. And I'm like, man, what is it? What is it? You get out that sleep and you're frustrated because you're sleeping so good. And I turned the camera, I turned the TV, and I just dropped. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And that was in June. In October, the same Melissa has a cruise in October, and I brought pieces. Before the cruise, I had taken a piece of metal art of my photo, and I put a rainbow, and it was like me crying down, with rainbow coming out of my eyes, and it was a piece of metal UV print. I printed on metal. It lasts 200 years, and the bottom says, I will lose life to life itself, but not to insanity. So in other words, somebody crazy is not going to take my life, hopefully not.
Hmm.
So, and I put that in the gates of Pulse, literally in the front gates of Pulse. I put it right there in the front, the fence was there. I put it right there. So here comes October. We're on the cruise again. This time I know I'm donating more art and all that. And I slam into this person. Boom. I'm like, "I'm so sorry, sir." I know who he was. And I ran into somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. Well, the survivors of Pulse were there.
Oh wow.
And I did not know that the impact that one of the prints is gonna have. So Melissa comes on stage, she sang the same Pulse and everything, she puts her guitar down. When she puts her guitar down, it's an Ovation black guitar, and there was a light hitting it. I took a photo of that. And the reason I'm telling you guys this, because this is where, I'll leave you guys with this. We're destined to meet people in ways. So I took that photo, I came back home, I edited on there, and I had all 49 names, and I did 6 prints of it. I only did always 5 to 6 prints. The
Hmm.
first print is a test print, which is always mine, and the other 5 I gave them. I never sold anything, I always give it to them. So this time they were raising money for Pulse on the next cruise. I said, okay, no, cool, no problem. And I was talking to one of the ladies from the nonprofit earlier. She took our morning, we're talking back and forth, and she gave me some ideas, and we combined this thing. Well, I had all the prints laid out, and I never forget this. On my table, I was printing because I'm the only one that paints with glass in the world. And what I mean by that is I have special pigments, a special glass that I make. I crush glass by hand and I paint with it in my pigments. But during time, it changes with light and it changes with the glass, right? So I have it all laid out, and I had this gold patina, which and I put a little bit of glass that I have from that I crushed up, before, just the whiskey crystals and all that. And I never forget this. The song Pulse comes on. I had jamming in the background, and my dog all of a sudden hits me, and right over the names, my brush takes right over the names with that name. I was like in tears. Well, I take all the I started covering all the names with gold, and the patinas and class, and on each side, and the other side had and I'll send you guys a photo of this. The other side had Melissa's verse and the logo and all that. I took it outside, and what people don't forget is that they forget names. When somebody passes away, they forget people. Well, I took it outside and I put it up in the sun so it could dry, and I could see the names coming right through the paint. Here comes a cruise. I roll up all these prints. I go to this nonprofit and say, hey, here's these prints. One is for Melissa. One is for the nonprofit. The other one is, whoever you want to give it to. And then the last one is for your foundation, So we have them all done. I just need one for myself signed. I said, okay. And I tell the lady, I say, the lady in charge of the nonprofit, say, whatever you do is you can put it on the glass. You can see what happens. And when they saw that, you could see the names changing right through it just came right through a light, and you could see the names just hitting right through that paint. So that's how I got connected with Melissa Estridge, and I donate to her foundations. I don't know her personal level.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have her phone number, nothing like that, but I do donate to her foundation, and anything, I will always be helping them out because she is a genuine, straight up, loves her fans, and she's good people. I've done a lot of celebrities. I've done a lot of athletes. I've done, God, I can't even count how many people I've photographed, celebrities and all that. And to me, everybody's just normal, man. You're just human. And if you treat people like that, you'll be fine, But yeah, it's just, so that's where my photography, Melissa Estridge, came in about, and how I got to meet her. So that's the story behind that.
Oh, that's a good story. I do. I've seen your work with the glass painting, and if you could send us a picture, that would be great, and that way we can share it with everyone who watches. But it's really amazing the glass painting that you do. Thank you so much. I know that you're busy and probably got 50 million things going on. Everybody go to justinspireothers.org, make a donation, check out and see what's going on with the organization. Good speaking to you, Alex, and you'll have to join us again.
Yeah, thank you guys. And once I'll have this out, I'll start putting it everywhere. But on TikTok, if you guys want to follow me, you know what? Send me an idea for a filter. I'll name it after your program. So send me an idea, and I'll make you a filter whenever you guys can, and I'll put it out there. So.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, good night. Bye-bye. So that's I do. I just love the inspiration and just listening and I mean she's got a lot of great stories and a lot of great followers and filters, and I'm gonna be thinking now of a filter that we can do.
I was thinking of that as she was talking about the filters. We need a Let's Talk About It filter and a Quest filter.
I was thinking, yes, a Quest filter. Yes.
We
could do like a ghost,
Oh, that would be a good idea.
I'm excited. We're going to take just a small break. And then when we come back, we will be with Rodney Thoulion, the creator, and what can we say? Chef?
The chef de cuisine.
That sounds good.
You just have to whenever you do it.
And
cuisine. Cody McLain.
Okay, got you.
Mr. Gaither.
Oh, I like it. You sound like the French chef on the Muppets.
Oh, no, that...
No.
Is he? No, he's...
Well, there you go. So... Something like that.
Phone.
Yeah.
Ergen.
That's it. Ergen. Got you. Of course, the Muppets.
The Swedish chef. That's
the
it.
Swedish. I couldn't think of him, and now I'm thinking about Swedish meatballs and getting hungry. So we'll be right back, and we will magically Rodney Thoulion will appear, and he is with Praline Dreams. Yes, and we'll talk about his logo and what it has done for us, and we'll be back right after this.
Hello, everybody. We are back. We have magically appeared at the table here, Mr. Rodney Thoulion, the silent auction guru. By the way. He has a method to everything. Don't touch anything.
Just bid.
Just did. Welcome to the table.
Yeah, glad to be here. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited because you're going to be talking to us about your new venture, which is, in some parts of the world, pralines, which I think that's how you pronounce them.
Yes.
And then probably from where I'm from, called pralines. So either way, however, tomato, however.
Potato.
Right. And however you pronounce it, it doesn't matter as long as you just buy from Rodney.
That's right. As long as you just buy, it's all good.
It's all
That's
good.
right.
So tell me, let's start like from the beginning about how that you came up with this concept and what kind of made you want to go into the praline business.
Oh. At first, I thought you were going to go back to 1966 when I was born into her. No, all of that. I'm like, Lord, I'm not going that far back.
I'm on a time schedule.
I know. Well, during COVID, when I was locked up at home, I've always liked to kind of cook and dabble in things and make cookies, cakes, candies, and pies. And I was sitting around bored, and, I'd been making pralines for a while, and I'm like, what if I make another flavor of praline? What if I make bananas Foster? What if I added some coconut to a chocolate praline and made a Mounds praline? What if I took some bourbon and made a bourbon praline? It was just snowballing, and it was endless.
You became the Willy Wonka of
so,
pralines.
Yeah, it almost like I became the Willy Wonka of pralines.
Is there a golden ticket in any of these packages?
No, there's a gold box, but not a golden ticket.
Snozzberry praline?
Look, anything's possible. Like a red hot praline.
So what is your favorite? A red hot, really?
Look,
That'd be
we're
like
onto
fireball.
something.
A fireball.
Fireball.
praline.
This is actually very interesting.
Hot damn praline.
Oh.
Absolutely. Yeah, the sky's the limit when you start adding stuff to it. I mean, it's like you could make anything that anyone's interested in. If
I love that.
you like pickles, I'll make you a pickle praline.
No, we're drawing the line right here. I cannot like support anyone that would eat
A pickle praline.
There are people out there.
I'm sure that they are, but not in my
crazy
face.
people out there who would put a pickle praline in there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Let's stick with bananas Foster.
But
Yeah,
bananas
back to
Foster is
bananas
good. Right now,
Foster.
I have three. I
Okay.
have three that I've started off with because I want to start my business off small and then grow it. Maybe add one a month, as time goes on. So I have the traditional praline, then I have the chocolate praline, and then I have the bananas Foster praline. So coming down the line will be like peanut butter praline, chocolate peanut butter praline. The Mounds that I talked about, bourbon praline.
What about
all of
cookies
those
and
things.
cream?
Cookies and cream. Yeah.
All right. This
Right.
has now
mean,
become a
it's
round
just-
table for pralines.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just endless. And I'm excited to be here to talk about this because usually I'm talking about nonprofit world, and this is actually
we
for
just covered
profit.
nonprofit. And our earlier guest, who's
Yeah.
like does a lot of different, has a lot of hats and different things. So it's great to see you kind of like,
Yeah. And-
talking about something else.
Yeah, and I feel like in this world, everybody needs a little side gig or something.
Yeah,
It's
I
Like
love
that, it sounds like
you
this is
know?
a hobby.
It started out as a hobby.
Yeah.
And now it's just, grown into something that, I put it out there that I was, starting a praline business, and, all of a sudden I had 300 likes on the new page that I just put
Ooh,
up
excellent.
in a couple of hours, and it's been growing and snowballing, from there. And people are like, oh, these look great. These look wonderful. When are you opening? It's like my website's going to launch, and I put a date out there, and they wanted them now. It's like, I had to start taking Venmo from people and making them for Thanksgiving. And, people are beating down the door for pralines all of a sudden.
And who knew?
Yeah, and who knew? Who
Yeah.
knew? I mean, if you go into the French Quarter, there's this large market of pralines there. There's even a store on Roll Street that carries almost every version of a praline from the different companies that make them. And a company that shall remain nameless, but a friend of mine came to the house and she said, well, before I had your pralines, I used to eat such and such pralines. So I go down to the French Quarter after Thanksgiving on that Saturday after, and I'm looking, and it's like, I'm going to go buy some of those pralines and try them. One of the worst tasting pralines I have ever put in my mouth. They were chalky. They were hard as a brick. You could knock them on a table and they wouldn't break. And I'm like, this is my competition?
Yeah, you'll have to take a seat.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna have to take a seat and you have to move to the side.
Right.
Now, the certain relative that everyone likes, and because it's next to the world famous donut place down there,
Right.
the beignet place.
Yep.
Again, I don't know. I beg to differ with that their pralines are the best out there.
Well, I have
Too sugary.
and I just think that the tourists don't know any better.
They don't.
They come to town, they don't know any better. They wouldn't know a good praline from bad praline, and
They
it's
wouldn't know a
like,
good beignet. They wouldn't know a good cafe
No.
au lait.
No, they
They
wouldn't.
just know what they see on TikTok. And
Exactly. But people who are connoisseurs and people who have lived here for a very long time know that there's a praline, and then there's a praline.
Right.
That
Well,
this
were
is
those
good.
the ones you would be considered a praline, and they would be considered a praline,
Well, some of
right?
yeah, they need to pray over there a whole
See,
lot.
praline. Well, I just love, and I heard several people say this. Your logo is amazing. Did you design this yourself, or you had someone do it for you? Or
I would
did
love-
RJ do it, or what?
Yeah, in his spare time, RJ just
Sure,
drew
he did
this
it.
up.
I thought so. I got that.
Yeah.
I got that vibe. The RJ vibe off this.
Actually, I have a friend of mine who I hired back at No AIDS Task Force when I worked there straight out of college, and his name is Jake Wyndham. And Jake, I knew he wouldn't stick around No AIDS Task Force for a very long time because I knew he was very talented. And, not long after, he was working for No AIDS Task Force, in about a year's time, he got picked up by a nonprofit, let's just say, in L.A. It's picked up by a nonprofit in L.A. The woman calls me up. She's like, oh, what about Jake? I said, Jake's fabulous. Jake's wonderful. She said, well, what's the downfall to Jake? I said, the downfall is that you're not going to keep him just like I did. He's talented. He's going places. That's the only downfall is he's probably not going to be with you long either because somebody else is going to scoop him up. Well, lo and behold, Jake got a big job with Lucky Brand after that.
Wow.
So Jake was flying high, riding high. He always felt like he owed me something because I gave him his first job right out of college. And I called him up and said, hey, Jake, I'm doing this praline business. It's like, can you help me with a logo? I said, I'll even pay you for it. He's like, hell no, I'll just do the logo.
Wow.
And that was the first iteration that came in, and I'm like, sold. I love it.
I mean, it's beautiful. Now, did he
Yeah.
come up with a name, or did you?
I came up with the name.
Okay.
He came up with the concept.
Okay.
And everything. And I came up with a tagline that said, a New Orleans classic with a heavenly twist.
And I came up with it saying contains pecans.
I thought you came up with the 100% homemade.
No. I did the
Yeah.
contains pecans.
Yeah. And the little bit of a twist in it is all the different flavors and stuff that I put. I put a twist on a traditional thing, but I also do a few different things in which I can't discuss, and making my pralines that make them my own and makes them different and makes them smooth and creamy and not chunky and sugary. That when you bite into the praline, when you put it in your mouth, it should like just melt in your mouth. And you shouldn't have that gritty, sugary feel.
I want a praline.
I'm
sorry.
I was about to say, Brandon, can you
I
hear
know,
the
look, my
the
mouth
growls?
is like going.
Can you pass that box over
I know, I'm
here?
like,
Can
look,
you
I got
pass
a tear.
that
I'm
back?
actually tearing up. I'm like,
I'm
oh
surprised
my
her
God.
hand hasn't
Yes.
I know, I'm
reached
like,
down.
I'm like, keep talking.
And then the camera pans
Right.
over, and she's.
But the great thing, the thing about making pralines is you have to start with good quality products.
Yeah.
You can't skimp on, you can't skimp on cream. You can't skimp on butter. You can't, vanilla. I don't use imitation anything. It's all real products. And all natural products. So there are no preservatives in my praline, nothing to make it gummy, nothing to make it sticky. There really isn't anything in a praline that after you cook it, that it really needs to have a preservative in it.
I wouldn't think so, yeah.
But, I mean, you have to really eat, the best quality of eating it is 7 to 10 days after it's made. So you can keep a praline that long, but as good as they are, you won't keep them 10 days. Trust me.
Oh, or 10 minutes
For
around
10
me.
minutes.
10 days? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You looked at me so pitiful.
I was
whenever you
just
wanted
like-
the I want one.
I want a praline. Well, just looking at your logo and then your boxing,
Yeah.
your
No, I love it.
is amazing, and you can tell the way that it's packaged and everything that it's going to be a high quality type. I mean, it's not
I
just
was
thrown
literally
together.
talking to you about that beforehand, that I want my hotel to
Yes.
grab some of these whenever we have, seriously,
Yeah.
guest satisfiers or
Sure.
VIPs coming in town. 1,000% throwing my director of sales your way.
Oh, cool.
Because it's elegant.
great.
It's elegant.
Yeah.
It's New Orleans, and that's what people come here wanting. They want what secrets the locals have.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
they always want to know what's your favorite. What's
Yeah.
your favorite gumbo shop? Well, it's
Praline
nothing in the French
Dreams.
Quarter. Praline Dreams. They have
Praline.
They have an okra gumbo praline.
Without
yeah.
tomatoes.
Oh yeah, without tomatoes.
Right.
But
Thank
they always
you.
want the secret. What's your
Sure.
local secret?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite gumbo shop is Chef Ron's. It's not in the city.
That's right. It's
Amen.
not
My
in the
favorite
city.
pralines are Praline Dreams. You're not gonna find that at one of those big box stores down in the French Quarter.
No.
So it's perfect.
That's right.
I was thinking sorry, we're going to take over your business here, but I
Sure.
was thinking, how you was doing your hotel. I don't know why, Buc-ee's. You can
Buc-ee's.
put them in Buc-ee's.
Why would we want to put those?
I don't want to put them in.
Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's makes their own, and there's some more terrible
Oh,
pralines.
well, I was just saying that we could put them in there because to me, look, there's this guy I read on the internet. Excuse me, as we go off on this
You want
story.
Rodney to make beaver nut pralines?
Beaver nuts.
Yeah, really, no beaver nut pralines. No.
Sorry, I was thinking.
I thought
This
you
is
were-
what I was thinking of.
Okay,
Okay, I
you
gotta
s-
explain myself.
You explain
Yeah.
yourself, and then I'll.
I read this article how this man goes to
Look at
Buc-ee's
me.
and
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
Uh-huh.
Okay, y'all laugh, but it's true.
I'm-
He went
I've been
and
to
he
Buc-ee's.
buys stuff at Buc-ee's. Okay,
Mhm.
then he goes and puts it online like a little sell thing. He makes
Stop it.
$250,000. Look it up, a month.
A month?
Look it up.
You and me are going to Buc-ee's
Right, and
over in
resell.
Texas.
They know he's buying it, and they're like, and he sells all this stuff because
'cause there's a
Buc-ee's aren't
demand.
everywhere, and they won't.
Oh my God!
And I was just thinking
like
of you,
Buc-ee's, but
Rodney,
that
and
stuff's
about
not that good.
$250,000
Can we take
a month.
Can we rent another truck and go to Buc-ee's?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Do
Look
you
it
really
up.
want one of those barbecue sandwiches?
We
after-
don't, but somebody on eBay does.
You want a soggy barbecued sandwich from Buc-ee's?
We don't, but somebody on eBay
I
does.
happen to love their soggy barbecue sandwiches.
I haven't had one.
After it's a week old?
I like it. No, when
Especially
it
if it's
is
a week old,
fresh.
Rodney.
When Clarabelle, the
Especially.
person who made them, is there doing it.
You know what I love about Buc-ee's? Not to get off of
We're
Praline
already
Dreams, 'cause
off
it's
of it
amazing.
Yeah,
now.
already off.
We're
off
But
and
when
running.
when we went on our road trip,
To
the
Houston.
fact that Buc-ee's
Jesus.
had big doors on their bathrooms because we were dying.
What? Sorry, folks.
Oh my God, he's way off on a tangent.
I remember us
The most
stopping and going
private-
live.
The most private and clean bathrooms you'll find on
Are
your
in
way to
Buc-ee's.
Houston.
Or at Buc-ee's.
Or Buc-ee's.
You know why? Because
They are at
is it
Buc-ee's.
before or after that tall bridge where we were
Oh,
just
it was
like
after
crying?
that. It was after that death trap of a bridge.
Never again will I
It
go
looks.
on that
It looks like
bridge.
they took this little crappy metal
Lego,
bridge,
like-
lifted it up, and
Right.
just put lanes up to it. We almost died. We drove
Uh-huh.
over that thing with our eyes closed,
It was
holding
bad.
each other's hand.
It was. Even Khalil was
No,
freaking
I
out.
have another business venture instead because I thought you were going to say that he should open up a hotel called Praline Dreams and you keep praline on every pillow
Yeah.
at night when people are going to sleep.
Did I
That
not
they can
say
get
that?
their-
Don't you
their
look
little
at
mini
me.
praline, you see?
Excuse me. I am saying this to you because I said before you got here, oh, that would be good about your hotel. You were saying the idea. And I said, oh, like when people turn down the
pillow.
and put it on there like the mint.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not that.
Not at my hotel. My hotel doesn't do that. The Royal Sonesta, oh, definitely. That's something that could happen.
Okay.
But not at
Yeah.
the Sonesta ES Suites New
Yeah.
Orleans Convention Center.
And definitely nowhere
Esquire.
nowhere on Tulane Avenue because the roaches carry the
Okay,
praline
well,
off.
right.
The roaches would have a field day.
And as Rodney reopens the Ben Louie with Praline Dreams,
Stop, I considered buying that.
you should.
Definitely
No
should.
way. My God.
And sell it at Buc-ee's. I'm sorry, y'all. Get off. Okay, now we're back to you, Rodney. Yes.
Oh yes, back.
Yes.
Are you back to me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you. He's
People
like,
can actually get their pralines
okay, where can we go?
at pralinedreamsnola.com. So I actually have a website. There is no storefront. A lady tried to tell me, I'll wait till you have a storefront. I said, ma'am, you might be waiting a long time.
Okay, so what would be the difference of ordering from you? Like, why she's just wanting to get them like just right in the store then, and just like gonna wait a while?
Yeah, she's going to wait till I open a storefront before she gets them. But she wound up ordering anyway.
That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, good luck
Yeah.
with that.
So right
Yeah.
now, all people have to do is just contact you through the website,
Yes.
whip them up.
Yep, whip them up. I have 2 pickup locations. You can either pick up in Mid-City or you can pick up on the West Bank. If it's a large order and you're over $100 or more, I will consider delivering them for free to you.
Well, I was thinking our house could be a pickup. I don't know if you can pick them up because I'd be eating them.
Misty
Right.
will ignore you,
Battery.
knocks on the door.
Right.
Empty packages.
Right, I'll be like,
With
here,
a praline
here.
in her hand.
Right here, this
Here
is
you
for
go.
you.
Oh, I think the rest of these are yours.
Right, the crumbs, baby.
like delivering a pizza and the slice is gone.
Right,
I got hungry.
right. Sorry about your 8 in your dozen.
So the way I box the pralines as well is you can order 6, you can order 12 pralines, or you can order what I call the mixed bag pralines, where you get 6 of each. So
Okay.
it comes 6 chocolate, 6 traditional, and 6 bananas Foster. So that seems to be a popular seller right now.
The bananas Foster.
Well, no, the mixed bag
mixed
of
bag? Okay.
everybody getting a little of each.
Yeah.
Or 6 of each. So you get a dozen and a half.
Oh,
So
I'm
Yep.
not mad at that
Yeah.
at all.
and you shouldn't be mad because for the packaging sometimes I do. If I have like 1 or 2 pralines more in a package, if I have like 27 pralines and I made 2 dozen, sometimes I throw in lagniappe for people. So you
Ooh.
might get a baker's dozen, or you might get
Oh.
2 extra, or whatever. You don't think Aunt Sally doing that for you, huh?
No.
you're lucky if you get the full 12.
Yeah.
Well, I am just so excited for you to on this new venture, and
Yeah.
I just really wish you just tons of success, which I know you'll be because
I hope so.
you're great, and evidently, you got okay. What is in like the bananas Foster?
That's Bananas Foster.
this
Bananas
is
Foster. That's
Bananas Foster.
Yeah.
Would you like bananas Foster or bananas,
Bananas
Foster?
Foster.
I like Foster.
And it's
Thank
only
you.
got a little hint. It's got a subtle hint of banana flavor. So yes.
Okay.
So you're not gonna bite it and feel like you're biting into a banana. It's not gonna be that strong.
like other ones.
Yeah, like other ones.
Gotcha.
Got
Yeah.
you.
So this is actually using banana liqueur in there. So, and somebody told me, well, you might have to put on your website that it contains alcohol, and I'm like, no, the alcohol cooks out, and you're left with the flavoring. So when you
Do these heathens not know how cooking works?
they don't know. It's like you put vanilla in there, that has alcohol too, but you don't say, may contain alcohol.
Right.
That's like having rum raisin getting into a car accident and saying, somebody else say you were driving.
I had rum raisin ice cream. I'm just waiting on you to do a vodka praline. Something with vodka.
Vodka.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Look,
stick to
y'all
the
shot
shot.
down
'Cause I'm-
Buc-ee's. Now y'all trying to shoot down the vodka idea. I'm out.
She wants a cucumber melon problem.
Oh no. Oh my God. Have you ever had cucumber vodka?
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
had
My apologies to
You
all
ever
the
had
vodka.
pickle vodka?
I have many times.
Disgusting.
I would rather do pickle vodka than cucumber vodka.
People need to stop coming. Peanut butter whiskey?
No, ma'am.
Why? Oh,
Because somebody else had a hobby at home. That's why.
wasn't a good one.
No, it wasn't a good one. Somebody else was apparently paid to think, and they shouldn't have been.
Right.
They need to go apologize to whatever tree out there gave them air. Because they just, oh, God.
Well, if I won't eat the praline, I'm not making it. So it's like I have to be able to eat it myself. So I won't make some wild, crazy, disgusting flavor of praline like you see a pickle praline or a olive praline or
A muffalata problem.
yeah, a muffalata praline. It won't happen.
That's a little.
But I do have another venture. I always wanted to do a scratch and sniff book of New Orleans.
That's
For
not a
children.
bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what we're scratching and sniffing.
Well, I mean, when you pass the mules in front of Jackson Square, and you
Yeah.
know, yeah, and then you smell
Smells
the
like
Denier.
mule's ass here.
If you sniff this stick, you smell mule shit.
Right. Mule shit.
That's the smell of vomit.
You know, the smell of Bourbon Street.
I was
You
gonna
know,
say
scratch and sniff.
This is the smell of piss on bourbon.
Yeah, I
It was a good idea until
think
we
a
started
children's
throwing these
scratch
out
and
there.
sniff book would be great.
Well, for children.
Or you can do an adult version too.
You can do a Bourbon Street pop-up book.
Hello.
Oh man, look, we might all have to go into business with each other because we're throwing out too many good ideas.
Yeah, y'all don't be writing
Yeah.
down none of our ideas because they're ours. Thank you.
If I ever go to
I
Dirty
know.
Coast and I see a Bourbon Street pop-up book,
Uh-huh.
And if I go to
Y'all.
Rodney's house and I see a vodka praline,
She's eating it.
I will just be real
the
mad.
chaser?
Right, I will be mad.
I think the Duffies are listening right now,
Oh, they
taking down
are?
all these ideas.
Right,
have a
they're-
whole
Next week it'll
notebook.
be in Bourbon Pride.
oh
for, your,
no!
for your pride color pralines.
Oh, there you go. That's a
See?
that's difficult.
Yeah,
though.
it's hard to do a rainbow praline, but I guess anything's
Oh,
possible.
the packaging.
What about the packaging?
No, like, I don't know, because I've been shot down for every damn idea I've had. So I'm just like, I don't even want to say shit, you know?
Please.
Oh, no, I was just saying, you know, like you can make, instead of the gold, just for pride colors.
Oh, that would be good.
No.
Pride float throws.
I could do Pride.
Okay, look,
Yeah.
we like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
We do like that.
Nice
She's
being here.
back with a vengeance.
We
Yeah.
do like that.
Thank you.
And if you tell me your pralines are going to be a gift, I'll even wrap it with a little bow, so it'll be nice and cute. Yeah.
I don't know how to do a bow.
So
Your dog's name, Bo?
Well, but he's named after Gumbo.
Oh.
Because I wasn't going to name him Rue. There's too many Rues out there.
Yeah.
Come here. No, come on, Bo.
Come on, Bo.
He hates his name.
So go to
Poor baby.
Praline Dreams, Anola.com and
got it.
order, and be sure, if you can, if there's a space on there or not, let Rodney know that you heard about Praline Dreams here on Let's
That's
Talk
right.
About It.
Just put vodka praline, and he'll know exactly
Yep.
what you're talking about.
and the only homo pralines that I know of in New Orleans that are being sold.
Okay.
oh,
Homo.
The only mo
Homo
pralines that I know.
Dreams. Homo Dreams.
homo praline dreams.
Right. I think we're on to something, folks. Thank you
Yes.
so much for
Thank you
coming
for
in
having me.
and talking
Yes.
about. I mean, I'm really excited about your new venture. It's going to be
you're gonna be-
successful.
I hope
Crazy
so.
successful.
Yeah.
Crazy
And
successful.
you'll
We
say,
know it.
I'm already getting orders from people across the country.
Are
I
you?
love that.
California, Oregon. I mean, yeah. People are Florida.
We have to come work for you.
Yeah.
I know. Live at Praline Dreams headquarters. I'm eating a Bucky's barbecue sandwich.
That I bought from the guy off the internet.
Right.
It's a little soggy and has some green stuff on the bottom, but
a
it
week
still
old.
But
smells
it's good. I like them. I don't care what anybody says. I love
Put it
them.
in my air fryer
Right.
and rejuvenated it.
Oh God.
Rejuvenate me. What is that with the bow tie? Okay, anyway.
Yes.
Um,
So I'm gonna leave these here for y'all, so y'all can have.
oh,
those.
we can like
You
sample
just
these.
made her
Yes.
day.
Yes. You can more than sample. You can share. There's
Share?
a dozen in here, and there's 6 in there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah, share.
okay.
Not the woman who sings.
Got you. She might want one, and I'm sure she would like my Bucky story.
Digging into them.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
You want one, or are you full?
No, I've.
Okay, we're gonna do
Live
this
on air.
right now. No cut or nothing about what we think about these Praline Dreams.
Sniff test. It smells
Did you
like
scratch
praline.
them? Scratch and sniff.
Ooh,
Scratch and sniff.
it enhances when you scratch it.
Uh-huh.
All right, here we go.
The flavor.
Drum roll.
I can't stop.
Oh my God,
This is absolutely incredible.
this is like banana foster.
Yeah.
This tastes like what a praline is supposed to taste like.
Exactly.
No.
This tastes like those homemade ones that grandma made, that your aunt made, not that aunt,
The other one.
Right. Not that ant.
but your
But-
proper aunt.
Yeah.
Now, Do not be surprised. It does contain pecans.
Yes, does have nuts.
Yes.
Lots of nuts.
Oh my God.
There are nuts in my mouth right now.
And on that note,
No, these are fabulous. Thank
my
you,
God.
Good.
Rodney.
I'm glad y'all enjoy them. Enjoy the whole box here and whatever.
thank you, Rodney. I
Yeah,
appreciate
you're
it.
so welcome.
Love you.
I love y'all too. Y'all are the best.
So everybody, like I said, Praline, sorry, I forgot where I was. Praline Dreams, NOLA.com. And be sure to order tons of them from
That's
Rodney.
right.
We appreciate him and all that he does for us. And can't wait to have you back.
Yeah, can't
All
wait
right.
to come back.
Can't wait to
Thanks
have
for
you
having
back with the next flavor.
me. With the next flavor.
Yes.
Right.
No pickle.
No pickle.
No
pickle.
vodka.
No vodka, no pickle flavor. Cody, thank you so much for co-hosting here on Let's Talk About It. And thank you, everyone, for watching. And I will see you next week. Thank you.
About it.